Okay.
Good evening, race fans. Matt Kovacic here, live in Garden City, Kansas at the Jack Sports Grill racing shop, actually in the racing trailer right now. Joined by Justin Hop back at Dirt Track Central Station. So,
Yep, I'm back here. So we're gonna see if we can make this work with us being in two locations. We've done this before, and it's worked out okay. So
yeah, having a few problems tonight, getting late start, and we apologize for that. I think we'll try to rush through some results and maybe squish that down a little bit, and then we've got some drivers to talk to here locally. Justin T. Myers in town to drive one of the Jack's cars at the uh, 2000 to win stock car and sport mod nationals here at Beaver County Raceway. Um, about an hour and a half from the track here in Garden City. So these guys are going to have three stock cars down there. Like I said, Justin T. Meyer is going to drive one. Perry Meisner will be in one, and Rich Wadle. And the rest of the family will be at Mikey's graduation. So
wow.
we'll try and get Michael on here a little later to talk to us. But in the meantime, we'll cut to some results.
Yeah. Um,
Or
yep, I've got them ready up here. I think we can start with Thunder Hill. Um, the we I was there and got some video and stuff from Thunder Hill Speedway and had some pretty good racing there. In the sport compacts, the 88 S of Scott Spellmeyer picked up the win. He was followed up by Brandon Lobdell, and then it was Blake Davis and Kelly Johnson. In the hobby stocks, Adam Armstrong picked up another win there, and he's been pretty dominant there. And he got to the front fairly fast, and he showed them how it was done. But Jacob Crowell had a good finish in second, and Brian Stitch that's racing there in third, and the 79 of Adam Fiegel and
Flegel.
Fiegel, okay, and
Flegel, yep.
Fiegel
And
and
Mallory Walters in fifth.
yeah. So
That,
yes,
as always, these races are up on our. I guess I shouldn't say as always, but this week Justin was out in Thunder Hill and got to videotape those races. So uh, check those out on our YouTube channel. We'll move on to what the
the sport mods.
sport mod division. So
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no problem. Brian Louvier picked up the win there, and Fashion, I think that's two in a row for him there. Followed up by the 75 of Kyle Oberling, the L26 of Luke Stahlmeier, and the 33D of Brandon Damon, and 91 Eddie Schwab Jr. And got the stock cars, and well, we may want to skip over that one, but well, I guess it's going to be our feature race, but we
Yeah,
will, I guess, kind of know the outcome of that one. Uh,
yeah.
Kyle, Kyle Vanover picked up the win there in the KY19, and followed up by 76 of Lance Borgman. As you'll see later, that was a heck of a race down to the last lap there. Um, then the 75M of Martin Griffin Jr., Nick Tubbs made it out that way, and followed up by Jim Powell.
Yeah, that's another good feature to watch.
Yeah.
Man, there was especially early in the race, there was some four wide racing there, and still plenty of room. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll see that here in a little bit.
uh, yeah, moving on over to the modified division. I believe that was our picks last week,
Yeah.
and Hop got me again.
Yeah. By a
Jordan
few
Grabowski
spots.
picks up the win, which anybody'd be silly not to pick him if we'd have known he was going to show up. But with him not chasing points this year, he hadn't been there every week. So neither one of us wanted to take that gamble. But followed up by Tom Charles, though, that was Justin's pick. Brian Rigsby in the 28, the 26S of Stephen Glenn, and Shane Wettengull in the 91 coming in fifth. Um, Mike Petersilly was my pick. I think that would he come in
Seventh, I think.
seventh?
I think I wrote
Yeah.
it down there
So,
on the dock if you do see it. I haven't got
oh
that
yeah,
up.
that's right.
But
It's here. But
yeah.
yeah, at any rate, you gained a few points on me, so still haven't gone through and tallied those all up. But I guess I got myself out of order here already tonight. But I'd like to go ahead and thank our sponsors real quick.
Yeah.
Engine Quest is our presenting sponsor, and as always, want to thank them for helping us get the show off the ground. And if you need any kind of engine top end advice, these are the guys. Eric can set you up with the right combination. They've got heads from modifieds to hobby stocks and everything in between. Extreme Motorsports, Great Bend, Kansas. They're your parts suppliers at Salina Speedway and Thunder Hill, so check those guys out. BMS Modifieds, of course. If you need a quality chassis or parts and fuel in the Belleville, Kansas area, those are the guys to check out. BSB Manufacturing for all your suspension components, shocks, springs, and brakes. Those are the guys to call. Heartland VP, give those guys a call if you're needing to know what kind of fuel is going to give you that little extra edge. Like I said, there's different blends and all kinds of different things that can help you pick up a horse here or there with just your fuel. So, and of course, Contour set us up with several different models of cameras. Right now, the Contour Roam is kind of the great option to go. And if you're in the market for an onboard camera, give us a call at Dirt Track Central, and we'll tell you why the Contour is the way to go. So.
Yep. Well, you want to move on and actually play our video of the week?
Move on to the video of the week.
Yeah. Well, this week, as we were talking earlier, is the race from Thunder Hill, and the stock cars team put on a good show like they always do there. So we'll go ahead and watch that now.
It's just such a wide racetrack out there. You can watch those guys just running anywhere and everywhere all over the track. Man, I don't think they ever use it all.
Yeah. There's a lot of track to you. Yeah, see, they're going in 4 wide, coming out 3 wide.
Hear John Lowry a little bit there in the background, announcer out there at Thunder Hill. I forgot all about it. We were going to call him tonight, talk to him a little bit about results and stories from out that way. We might still have to get him on the line here. I know he's out at Heartland Park tonight watching some kind of racing, so. Was talking to Austin there, and they were talking about that lap there. He said, Tubbs says we were already 3 wide, and here comes Carter sticking it in there and making it 4. He said, I didn't know if it was going to stick or not. Seems to have all worked out well, though. See, Borgman continues to lead there. Or no, that's not Borgman. Borgman's in second.
Trying to make the pass
And
there.
I guess that's Jim Powell Jr. in third. Vanover in fourth, working on him on the outside there. Man. I don't know how the heck you'd know what line to pick on that place. There's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Getting a little chrome horn action there, but
Here comes Vanover.
yeah, making her stick on the bottom and still, I don't know. Be nice to have a GPS camera on there, see how fast they keep up a lot of speed through the corners there, and to be able to swing it through on the bottom like that and get the slingshot up to the top side. He knows his way around there, that's for sure. And doing this week in and week out, I think that might be 3 in a row for Kyle now this season at Thunderhill. So proven to be hard to beat, but from watching the video, if we hadn't already spilled the beans, boy, you wouldn't know. It's as I sat and watched the video, I thought, boy, his goose is cooked. Borgman as well has been around it a while and been around this track plenty too, so. Oh, Tubbs and Powell. I don't know what happened there exactly, but a little contact and away we go.
Vanover's got the pass there.
Yeah.
A little bit. Here comes Borgman back to challenge him. And he got real low that time.
Yeah, made a little
And just
dust and
enough.
away we go.
That was the checkers.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that was the $10 worth right there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, nice job to those guys, and yeah, they keep that up, and stock cars might be what people are going to see out there.
Yeah. Which,
Of course, I'm a little biased that way anyway. But.
yeah. Right.
Well, that was a good one. Let's as we move on down the list
Well, and
here.
one thing, I did have some more results too, and we kind of missed.
Go to the
over
news
too.
section. Huh?
Well, I had
Oh,
some more
okay,
results
okay.
there from Norton. I guess they're about the only other place that really got some races in, and so we'll be talking a little bit more about the Sport Mod race there a little later too. But as far as the hobby stocks, Anthony Martin picked up the win there. He was followed up by Jason Garbist, Jeremy Kaus, and Jason McIntyre. And like I said, the sport mods, there was a huge wreck. in the first it was the first couple laps of the race, and ended up sending a couple guys to the hospital, and they ended up postponing that race and didn't finish it. So we'll show some more and talk about that here a little later. In the stock cars, Jay Hagmeister picked up another one there. He's won quite a few up there. He's followed up by Pat Bedore, the Crazy Eight of Eric Kinderknecht, and Jason Davis. And Bob Rutherford finished 5th. In the modifieds, Tim Watts picked up the win there. He's followed by Brian Calhoun, Justin Bastard, and David Murray, who didn't finish. Only lost power. I don't know. Did you hear exactly what happened?
Broke a timing chain. So. Little mechanical failure. So
that's all.
Too
they
bad
for modifieds. I know they're trying to get more modifieds there. They were going to pay $750 to win that show, so they're trying, and they got a few more this time. But still, I think they're wanting more. So.
Oh yeah. It's just rough. That half-mile track is hard on parts, and so.
And they had the 305 sprint cars there also too, and Randy Batman picked up the win, followed up by Ron Handley, Tom Bezlecki,
Belsky,
maybe.
Looks like.
Yeah.
Howard Van Dyke
and Darren Berry. So that's, I think, is everything I got there from results. Do you want to see if we can get a hold of Junior?
Yeah, we could. I think it's John that we're going to call.
Okay.
Let's. Do you have his phone number?
Yep, I have him here already.
In that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Let's try and call him, and he was going to be ready for me at the beginning of the show, and
we'll see.
So I don't know if he'll be still in a quiet place or not. Out at Heartland Park at the Speed Fest, and I don't know what that all consists of. I think some drag racing and some dirt racing, and just racing in general. So let's see if he picks up here.
Are you there,
Do
John?
what?
Yeah. Are you there, John?
Hello?
John, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Matt and Justin.
Hey, Matt.
Dirt Track Central. How we doing?
All
We
right.
had
How you
some
doing,
technical difficulties and got backed up here, but we're here with you.
man? Okay, that's fine.
How's the racing out at Heartland Park this evening?
Actually, it was a speed fest. They had a lot of John Force drivers out there and a lot of local cars set up, and kind of a fun deal just kind of get everybody warmed up for what's going to take place this weekend.
There you go. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on up there this weekend?
At Heartland Park, they're taking the week off at the dirt track, and they're having the NHRA Dollar General Summer Nationals. And all the big NHRA guys will be in there, plus the local sportsman competitors from the area. There'll be some tough hitters from all over the state of Kansas, all over the Midwest as well out there having a good time.
Yeah. Good deal. Not exactly up our alley, but we got respect for all the motorsport stuff.
Yeah,
and,
it's one of the things I used to do. That's what I got started in, so I'm kind of familiar with it. But, you know, my heart lies in the dirt track area as well, just like you guys do.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to call you when we were reading through the Thunder Hill results, but, you know, you're kind of our connection to the Eastern Kansas racing. We did have Justin and Stacy over there for some racing this weekend, but wanted to just touch base with you and see if you had any stories to tell or updates on Thunder Hill and what's going on up that direction, and any of the other tracks around. You're more than welcome to talk about as well.
Well, we opened up last week with Lakeside Speedway. I'm the announcer down there, and you know we kicked off the night with 117 cars checking in, which is really good for all things considering that's happened to that track in the past year. It's incredible to see the turnaround they've had.
Definitely.
And
wow.
They've had a lot of nice cars. They've had a big turnout, and one of the neat things that's been transpiring down there is Kevin Sloan, a guy that got paralyzed 5 years ago at Central Missouri Speedway, has returned driving a car with hand controls.
Oh, yeah.
And not just driving, he's running up towards the front.
Wow. That's that is crazy. I hadn't heard about that, but actually my wife and I were at that race where that happened, and kind of forgotten about that until you mentioned it. Really didn't even know his story or what happened to him after the night. But we were there and watched him cut the roof out of that car, and oh boy, that was a tough hit. So.
Well, he's undergone a lot of therapy. He actually was up in the Beatrice Lincoln area. He went to the University of Nebraska for physical therapy and rehab, and he's really made a lot of progress. He owned a car, an IMCA modified, driven by Buzz Castor for a couple of years, and then he just decided this year he was going to drive, and he's come up with a neat configuration to be able to drive with no use of his legs.
Wow. Yeah. There was a guy at Boone last year that had that same kind of setup, and for some reason the driver's name escapes me now, but he's been in the Dirt Modified magazine and stuff about that too, and so that's good to see those guys getting out there and getting to do what they love. So,
it's really been kind of a neat thing, and it's really just added to the return to Lakeside Speedway. It's been incredible, and the racing has just been fantastic last week. Tim Carrick won the modifieds by a half a car over Darren Fuqua from Topeka. Bobby Woods won the B-Mods, and they had 43 B-Mods checking in. It just really, it's been incredible and a positive return there. And, I don't know how much you've talked about Thunderhill Speedway, but their car count has gone up this year, and it's really been a neat thing to watch happen over there.
Yeah. Certainly, it's exciting to see more people getting in the sport, and just more of them showing up. So,
well, we had a couple of guys come from way out west over the weekend. Austin Carter showed up in the '63 in the IMCA stock cars, and Nick Tubbs another one. And those two guys really put on a good show. Austin had a problem early on in the race and spun out, but they both were really competitors and made the race even that much better.
Definitely, that's a heck of a pull for Tubbs there from Colby.
It is, and I was really surprised to see him there. I did not know that he'd moved to the IMCA stock cars. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, and I didn't know how long he's been in one. Last time I seen him was in an IMCA modified.
Yeah, we had him on the other night, and I don't know. I guess I think about 4 years he's been back in the stock cars. Raced some stock cars before that, and ended up racing some modified, and then back to the stock cars, and I'm just really enjoying that class. So,
well, I've noticed a lot of guys have done it. Lance Borgman from Beatrice, Nebraska, has also stepped into the IMCA stock car, and another guy that's actually had some success in it. So I don't think it's really a step back. I think it's just a step towards a different direction.
Right. Yeah, I think, the stock cars, in my opinion anyway, are just as premier a division as the modifieds are. It's just kind of a matter of whether you choose to race with or without fenders kind of deal. And, especially in our area, other than, Salina Speedway really putting forth an effort to get the late models back out there. But, when we're talking about reasonable cost and being able to race where you want to race, the choice is, if you want to race with fenders, you race a stock car. If you're racing with the big boys, there's several longtime competitors in that class, and definitely seen as I guess a top run class. Just it's not just a stepping stone to a modified anymore. There's guys that have tried them both. Even Mike Nichols, he's raced them both, and a little more affordable to race the stock car. And I think just the different driving style of them fits some drivers better. So.
Yeah, I think you're hitting on that, because I think some guys it just fits them better.
What other excitement are you seeing out there?
Class. I think that it's a little more suitable for them,
Definitely. Well, we're out here in Garden City, Kansas tonight with the Jacks IMCA stock car crew, and they've got have 3 of them out for this 2,000 to win show down here in Beaver this weekend, and got Justin Tiemeyer, which is another prominent name in the IMCA stock car division, and we're going to get him on here in just a few minutes. But John, I don't want to cut you short, but we do have some other stuff to get on here. But are there some shows coming up that the fans need to be aware of at Thunder Hill Speedway? I mean, I know the Extreme Motorsports weekly shows are excellent, but are there other things that we need to be aware of coming up?
Well, coming up this weekend is actually extra money for the modifieds, extra money for all four classes. We have the Don Garst Memorial. Don was the very first flagman at Thunder Hill Speedway, and his family is bringing in extra money for all the classes. I believe it pays $750 for the sport mods, $1,000 for the modifieds, and it's bumped up for the hobbies as well. I want to say it's close to $600 for the hobby stock. I will refer you to the Thunder Hill website for sure, but I do know that it's been bumped up, and I actually look for a large car count this weekend of cars to come from the Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri area. I've heard a lot of cars heading this way.
That is good and exciting. You guys, I don't know who it is out there, but you do have somebody that does a pretty good job of doing video as well, besides when we make it out that way, so it's always fun to get on and watch those videos.
Yeah, his name is Paul. I don't know his last name, but he always stops and talks to me. He's done it each year he's been up there, and we always make sure to throw him up on in the pits anytime he throws them out there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's great. Well, thank you again for coming on, and we're going to get on to our next segment there. I lost Matt there, so well, thank you for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
All right, fellas, thanks. You guys have a good evening. Have a good weekend.
Yep.
All right. Thanks a lot, Justin. This is Matt Kovacic down here in Garden City, Kansas. We're talking to Justin Tiemeyer. Justin, you want to say hi to the fans and just tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you normally race back home? So,
well, hello to everybody out there. I hope you're enjoying your evening. We just got done working on 3 stock cars, preparing for tomorrow night. I normally race IMCA stock cars in Independence, Iowa. Traveled around last year running some Ironman series for the USRA Tour, and other than that, I haven't raced at all this year. Kind of lost my ride from last year and waiting for my car to get done, and Perry gave a call and said that they had one car that wasn't going to be down there if I didn't come drive it. So I jumped on a plane and flew out here this morning, and we're going to go racing.
Sounds like the life. What car, you want to talk a little bit about the car you've got in the works and what's going on there?
I've got one ordered from a guy who used to drive for it, Dominator Chassis there in Raleigh, Iowa. He used to drive his house car, and this year we're kind of on our own. And he's just, I didn't get it ordered until late, I guess, early spring, you could say, so it's not done yet. But I wanted to get the farming out of the way. My dad and I farm 5,000 acres back in Iowa, so we wanted to get that done and out of the way. And this opportunity arose, so I'm going to drive the 60 car, normally driven by Rod Waddell, tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll do all right. I don't know. We seem to do okay back around home, but this is a whole nother country for me, so it's going to be a good time.
Excellent. And driving a new car too. These guys started building their own cars here this last winter, and so. But I think you're going to like it. These guys seem to be going well in them, so shouldn't be a problem. But we got 3 cars out. Rich Weidel is driving one, Perry Meisner in another one, and Justin here. You see Justin came out to Kansas for the stock car shootout last year. I guess that's a Boone picture there, but can we expect to see it any other specials this year, or you got to wait to see if how this weekend goes?
Yeah, we'll wait and see how this weekend goes, I guess, and if I get my car done, I'll probably hit some specials, and more than likely I'll probably be down to Boone Nationals if I get it done in time, and we'll see how this goes. I'm real anxious to drive Rod's car tomorrow night. I looked it all over today and everything, and there's a lot of detail that Perry put into building these cars, and done a fantastic job. And so hopefully that we can all go down there and race clean, have good finishes, and have a good time as well. So anybody that's going to be out, stop by. So I'd love to meet everybody, and I enjoy your time and coming out. And, sometimes the weather ain't always great, but and I'd love to meet you and get to know you. So appreciate it.
Well, we're definitely going to go have some fun one way or the other. And if the stock car shootout last year was any indication, I think you'll do fine down in this country. Well, that gosh darn,
Is it anybody
got a
who wants
lot
to
lost
pick?
for you. I had a question all prepared for you, but well, I think we all got things on the brain as far as the racing is concerned. We're ready to get out there to the track, and we're going to talk a little bit to the guys from Beaver County Speedway later on tonight. But Justin, we appreciate your time, and if there's anything else you'd like to say to the fans, we'll give you the opportunity. Otherwise, we'll turn you loose to go get cleaned up.
Okay, no, I think I got everything covered. So I just wanted, it's a great opportunity to be asked to come out here, and I'm very, very thankful to Rod and Perry and the boys down here. I got to meet them last year down at Hayes, and we ran pretty well there. And I don't know if that's why they called me or not, or just because we're good friends and they know I like to have a good time. So I just want a big thanks to them, and hope that I can do half as good as they do in their cars when they're racing them. So.
All right, thank you, Justin, and good luck tomorrow. We'll see you a little later on this evening. Perry, you want to talk to us for a second? Well, we got some fan requests to see Perry on here, so we should probably at least say a few words. We're like to thank. Well, he's a busy man. We'd like to thank the Jacks guys for giving us a spot to do the show from tonight, and showing us a good time here after the show, I'm sure. So, but Perry, you have been racing stock cars and modifieds for a lot of years. When did you start racing?
I started in 1993, raced about half the season, built my own car. Then 94 went at it pretty hard, and just kind of been racing on and off ever since.
I'm going to step over into the camera a little bit here. You raced a lot of your own stuff then, so this car building thing is not a new thing to you, is it?
No, I've built, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 different cars, and this is the first time I built it from, before I ordered cage kits, put them together, and this time we bent the pipe ourselves, and you never know how they're going to go, and they go pretty good.
Definitely. I think all involved have been impressed with the results of the cars, and so we congratulate you on that for sure. What's the goals for this season? Do you guys have any goals as a team, or you personally?
No, I want to run the BST series, the South, on the stock cars, and try to see if we can win that title, and think about going to North Dakota Tour, and hopefully just do good up there.
Good deal. Well, it's going to be an exciting season one way or the other for you guys, and we again appreciate the spot to take a load off here and do the show. You got all the cars in their tip-top shape, ready to load in the morning?
Yeah, it's been a long week. Had to pull my stub over Monday from Lamar from last week, and wasn't planning on doing that this week, and put one brand new car together, started on it Monday and got done tonight, so it's been a busy week.
Definitely. Sounds that way. Well, looks like you guys are ready to go get cleaned up, and so we'll turn you loose to do that, and we'll definitely check back in with you tomorrow night at the track, and good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thanks.
All right.
Well, we'll now try again get in some of our news that we had in the section here.
Do we?
What's that? Well, I'll just go ahead and while Matt's getting there, talk a little bit about the news. Some of the big news released that is that the Xsan guys, the guys that are bringing the Fuel the Thunder, is actually going to be streaming the 2012 Super Nationals this year, and you'll be able to watch all the races there. I'll bring that down there for a while. So and it looks like they're going to be bringing everything from every lap, not just parts of it here and there. So they still haven't released all the details on what it's going to cost and all that and how to get it, but that'll be a great addition this year. So if you can't make it to the Super Nationals, they'll have some video coverage too, and we'll also be there having coverage too, but to watch some live video, that'll be great. So also in the news, we kind of got some bad news. Jeff Osborne from Valley Speedway was killed in an accident, sprint car driver, and let's see if I got something about that. Oh, sorry. And real tragic news, I think his funeral is actually today. I don't know, Matt, did you hear anything about how that happened, or not? Matt's not there. So, pretty tragic news. But yeah, some other good news. Devin Smith actually picked up his 100th feature win in a hobby stock class, and this was in Spencer, Iowa, at the Clay County Fairgrounds, and that was the 100th win for him. And he's also got two brothers that have had in the 100 win category too. His brother Dustin Smith has got 100 wins in the hobby stock, and Doug Smith's got 100 wins in the stock car class. So that's a family that's got a lot of wins together. I mean,
Yeah.
and then he's also got a younger brother, Doug, too, that's racing in the hobby stock class. No, he's going sport mod class now. And
Sport mod.
yep. So they've picked up a lot of wins, and I don't know, it be kind of interesting to see how many that family has picked up. But so that's some pretty exciting news to hit that mark, and for three of them brothers to actually hit that mark. So I think that's pretty much it for our news section. Matt, did you have something else? What do you want to go on to next? Yeah, maybe I lost.
Well,
There you go.
I don't know that I have any other news.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
All right. I don't know why I'm so delayed there, but I've got.
Well, we are kind of losing you there, Matt. I'll just go on. We will talk. I mean, we have a section there for voicemails, emails, text messages. So if you got anything you want to, send to us, as far as questions, comments, you can always send them to dirttrackcentral@gmail.com, or send them to our hotline number, which is 785-201-9188. And we'll read them off during the show or talk about them too. So you got people you want us to talk to, or suggestions of stuff we should talk about, let us know on there. So
Am I back any
Yeah.
better now?
yep, we can hear you.
All right. Good. Sorry about that.
No problem.
You want to take a look at photos of the week now, or
Yeah,
where are we?
make sure I can. Well, there it went, but I'll bring up the photos of the week here. Let me get back over here. Bring it down slow.
I spun out all on my own there.
Did you? Okay. Well, we're
Hit
back.
the wrong button. Sorry about that.
Okay, I was just working on bringing up the pictures. I don't have them quite ready yet, but
If we hadn't had enough trouble already tonight. Speak of that win level honors, Kansas driver David Murray's coming up on his 500th win.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun to see. Like you said, how many are in the
Yeah, there's not many in the 500 win class there. So, well, we kind of lost Matt again there, but we'll go ahead and look at our pictures here. If I can bring them up. These pictures are from last week here, and we'll start with this one here by Dave's Photo Hut is Joey Cleveland, the 88J of Troy Johnson, and 8R of Richter. And looks like that one got a few likes. And this one here is Josh Apple. I think this is maybe at Waukene Speedway. And this one, that picture of Tracy Hines from Dodge City Raceway Park that Tim Passmore picked. And we got another picture here of Brian Fink where you can see the underneath of the car pretty much. He had her hiked up and working good. And this one here, and I think this one is our winner here. This picture is taken by my buddy Nick Dave at Dave's Photo Hut. You can go to davesphotohut.com to get some of his pictures, and this one had the most likes, so that is going to be our winner for the week. So now we'll try to go on and find our pictures from this week. And I got them, kind of got out of order here, so here the picture is of Tom Charles. Had my pick actually this last week, and he picked up the second place and give me some good points over Matt. So this picture was taken by Dirt Track Devils, and let's see, I gotta get through. Here's another picture by Dave's Photo Hut, and this is the H2O car, and I think this was driven by Brandon Blocklinger at Salina a couple weeks ago. And I want to thank Dave for sending in that photo. And let me check my box, make sure nobody else sent another photo that I didn't know about. Well, that's all I got right now right here, but we may have some more we'll put up on the Facebook page. So make sure you go to the Facebook page and like those pictures up, the ones that you want to vote for. So if it's one you like, make sure you like her up, and we'll count up all the votes and get us our winner. So Matt seems to be still gone, but we'll go ahead and move on to our video. Let's see, we'll go to our crash of the week. Now actually we have an interview from Stitch that we took a couple weeks ago, and we better play that here first. So this is Brian Stitch, and hear a little bit about what he's doing this year. Sorry, I don't have any audio for some reason.
Good evening, race fans. Saturday night here, RPM Speedway. We're talking with Brian Stitch, your IMCA hobby stock Kansas State points leader right now. Brian, tell us a little bit about how the season's gone so far for you.
It's actually been really nice. We've been going to lots of different tracks, just getting a lot of different seat time, seeing a lot of new fans, a lot of new drivers, just trying a bunch of things on suspension setup and trying myself to see what I can do with different tracks or whatnot. Just going a little bit everywhere, having a great time. Sometimes we do good, other times I wonder why I try. So,
you have any idea how many miles you put on so far this season?
as an average, it's about 650 a weekend. I tend to drive all the way to Colorado and then spin around and head back by Monday morning. Just don't tell work, please.
There you go. What do you do for work?
I work at PTMW there in Topeka. We build steel buildings and stuff, so they're nice enough to let me go enjoy my weekends for the most part. And as long as I'm back by Monday, they don't care what I do all weekend long.
There you go. Well, looks like got a few people on the car that help you, and maybe some guys that travel with you once in a while. You want to thank those guys?
Yes, I do. I'd like to thank PTMW in Topeka, also Heinen Salvage in Valley Falls, GoodGMParts.com, which I sell parts right there. A couple guys back home, Terry Sturgeon, Jason Applehands, Travis Duncan. A lot of them guys are my teardown guys. When we get home, usually Sunday night, Monday morning, there's nothing left of the car. It's been used and abused and start hunting for trophies. So they all tear it down, and it's my job to put it back together and get it back out here for next weekend. So
there you go. Get a little lonely out on the road, or do they normally travel with you? I noticed you're by yourself today.
Usually somebody will travel with me, but it all kind of depends on what they have going on with their family and their kids and stuff. But if they can't go, that's okay. I'll go by myself, and I get to tell them how bad I tore the car up or how good we did and show them the trophy or whatnot. But I'm just really having a great time this year. Normally I stay close to home, Thunder Hill Speedway, 10 miles from the house. But this year I'm just kind of traveling out, having fun, meeting a bunch of new racers. Racers are helping me, and we're all having a great time.
Yeah, it sounds like you've met a lot of new people, and that's what it's all about. I mean, I think we do what we do because of the people we do it with, and just happy to see you out here having a good time and supporting all the different racetracks. So we encourage you to keep at it, and good luck at the rest of the season. Actually, I was going to ask you, I think I'd seen that you were working on putting a new car together.
Yep.
You build your own cars?
No, I have a brand new Terminator sitting in the garage, but I keep wrecking and driving this one, so I don't have time to finish it. I've got another little project I am working on sitting in the shop also, but everything takes time, everything takes money, so I'm taking this car one race at a time and just going to see what happens with it. But it's my spare car, I guess. So I guess if this one goes end over end, you'll see something ugly, gold, blue, whatever tomorrow night. So, but we're just having fun, having a great time, chasing the points, just trying to drive the tracks, trying to learn them, because I used to just never raced over but home at Thunder Hill and Heartland Park, but now we're just kind of searching the world over, having fun. So,
well, that's how you get better, how you get smoother, learn how the car works and what to do with it, and so we're happy to see you out here. So, good luck tonight.
I'm pleased to be here. RPM Speedway make me feel at home. Everybody's helped me out here in Western Kansas, making this dream come true. So I'm tickled to death. My head's so big right now, I can't even fit in the car. So, but we're just having fun.
Good deal. Well, we appreciate you taking a little time out of your evening here to talk to us. Again, this is Matt Kovacic with Dirt Track Central. We've been talking here with Brian Stitch, your IMCA Kansas State hobby stock points leader at this point in the season. So wish you luck.
All right, I sure do appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
You too.
Thanks, Brian. Brian's a heck of a character. Likes to have a lot of fun and hit a lot of racetracks and race around. He's been having a pretty good year around and leading state points as they're talking about here. So now we'll see if we can't get on to the crash of the week. This was a nasty crash up in Norton at the big half-mile track, which is, if you haven't ever been to, is a very fast track, and this was in the sport mod class in the first few laps of the race here. And let me see if I can't bring this up. Here we go. pretty quick. That was just nasty. Probably one of the worst trucks I've seen for a while. I didn't see that one actually in person, but we've also got another view of this race here from the in-car of Chris Himes' car here. See if I can bring that up here. There it is. Sorry, I brought the wrong one there. Here we go. Yeah, that was just a... You could hear stuff hitting there. Here you'll see. Really fast, but I know that was Chris Heim, and I think he ended up getting a laceration in his leg from a bar coming into the car, and ended up having to go to the hospital to get that have surgery on it, stitched up and all cleaned up, and get the dirt out of there and make sure there wasn't any infection stuff. And also Brian Konis was in that wreck and went for a wild ride, as you saw there, and he ended up taking the hospital and all checked out, but he checked out and he's doing fine too. The car's totaled out, but he was a little sore, but it's going to be fine. And so that was definitely a nasty wreck. So, well, we'll also go ahead and do our bonehead of the week move. This week, the bonehead move we picked was in the sport mod class at the Thunder Hill Speedway, and this was just the last couple of laps here, and we'll play it here for you, and you can decide if he was the bonehead or not. There's the white flag, and you see Brian Riviere out there with a pretty comfortable lead. Checker. Oh, there's the car that spins out. And he tries to get taken off again, and then boom, he collects another guy trying to finish the race. So this is at the checkered flag. We'll watch her again here in slow motion. So I think that one takes the cake and takes our bonehead move of the week this week. So we'll probably should have maybe just let off the gas a little bit and tried to finish the race without taking any cars out. So that'll do it for our bonehead of the week. And let's take a time to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Engine Quest for being our title sponsor. They can help you out with your engine parts, especially your top end, the cylinder heads. They have cylinder heads for even the hobby stock class that are IMCA legal, through your sport mod class to even your modified. They've got a CNC ported head that can make lots of power for you. Also, Extreme Motorsports in Great Bend, they can supply you with a lot of race car parts. They have lots of parts in stock for you, and they also have parts at the track. They be at Salina Speedway for you, and Thunder Hill Speedway too. So if you need parts at the track, they have them there. Or if you know you need parts from them, give them a call up and they'll bring them to the track for you. Also, BMS Modifieds. They make some of the best modifieds around here in this area, and have a lot of guys all over the country with them that are doing great. And so see BMS Modifieds for any of your modified chassis needs, they also have parts available for you too. Heartland VP Race Fuels. VP Fuels, everybody knows about them, and they're sold at a lot of places and tracks, and VP supplies a lot of them guys. They supply Extreme Motorsports with their race fuel that they sell, and the other venues too. You can also get it at Crane Rental. So BSB Manufacturing, also want to thank them. They make a lot of race parts to help you get that traction to the ground, by bird cages to pull bars to even brake pads to help get those cars hooked up. So see BSB Manufacturing for all those needs. Now we'll go ahead and move on to see what all else I got. I don't have Matt helping me here. We do want to talk about Beaver County, let's see, Beaver Raceway. They're having a race this weekend. That's that those guys down there were talking about. And it's a big IMCA Stock Car and Sport Mod Nationals. And we're going to talk to the promoter there. Let me see if I can't get him on the phone. I'm not even sure his name.
Enjoy this Verizon ringback tone while your party is reached.
But Matt had this set up, but since Matt must have lost internet there in Garden City, I'll see if I can't get him.
This is Glenn Thompson, Beaver County Raceway. Sorry I missed your call.
Well, doesn't look like he's available. Well, we'll just go here and try to get some information off of their site here. Let me see if I can't.
Well, we'll start off with my name's Glenn Thompson. This is my second year promoting down here in Beaver. Been trying to get better shows and better shows every year. We doubled our year this year with quite a few big shows. And this race I got coming up this weekend, it's pretty much returning a favor for the main classes that supported me last year. And that's the whole purpose of this race, is to give them guys some good money to race for, and hopefully grow this thing. And I want this thing to grow and jump, anywhere from, I wanted to end up to a $10,000 to win purse, just like the old Enid races used to have. Everybody, when those things first started, they filled everything. That place was packed. Everybody had a great time. That's what I'm wanting this race to lead to.
Right. Yeah.
We're
that race is pretty much gone in, and you're picking up where they left off, huh?
Right.
Yep.
So it's
so.
It's all
you say you're returning the favor to
the
guy.
Go ahead.
I said you say you're returning the favor to the guys that supported you. Is your stock cars your strongest class, week in and week out?
Right. My stock cars and my sport mods are growing like crazy. We just got to. That's why I decided to sanction the Southern Sport mods, to give these guys in Oklahoma something to race for, a big old championship to race for. Hopefully, we can get more Oklahoma tracks to sanction IMCA. I don't know what the situations are, but I got guys that pull from Amarillo every weekend, here, and then them guys love it. We try and give them as much fun as we can during the races and after the races. So.
There you go. You are one of the unique locations in the country in that gentlemen can race for, ladies and gentlemen, can race for northern points or central region points or southern region points. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah. And you race Southern Sport Mods and the Northern Sport Mods, correct?
Right. And the Northern,
so
yes.
That's
Next year,
a weekly,
the only class I don't have
deal
sanctioned right now is the hobbies, and the main reason being is because of I can't really get enough North guys down here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it definitely takes time to to grow that and get your existing cars converted. I think some of the other tracks that were that way have kind of started to see some transition, and these things don't happen overnight. And you're definitely a brave soul going out on a limb with IMCA kind of on the fringe of the territory. You're trying to unite a couple of territories anyway. So
right. I mean, years ago this was outlaw country, and that's I think the hardest swing. I mean, these places, these tracks around here. I mean, Beaver, Liberal, Hugoton. I mean, packed car count every weekend back in the outlaw days. Well, I mean, IMCA has grown quite a bit, and ever since Beckley come around, I mean, he's got everybody going that way, and that's pretty much what we all have to adapt to and make work, and just like my hobby class, I got, 4 more hobbies that these local drivers built just to run here, because I told them this is the last year, and next year we're sanctioning the hobbies. I mean, so pretty much I'll be full-blown IMCA, and anybody can come here and win IMCA state points. I mean, it's a lot of people says it's just one track in Oklahoma. Well, I mean, if me being a driver, if I live 40, 50, 100 miles from here, well, I like to go ahead and get those titles underneath my belt. I mean, it's still an effort.
Right.
I mean, it's a good title to have underneath your belt. I mean, granted, there's a lot of good guys come here, and I got a lot of guys that get in people's way and stuff like that. That's your average Joe racetrack. But I'm not just promoting the racetrack. If I got a driver that's having problems, I'll go out there and I'll get underneath their car and try and help them. I mean, that's all them guys lack. I mean, is a lot of people they'll want to get in it, don't know nothing about a car, and they'll come out there and they can't make a lap without spinning out or tearing stuff up. Well, that's the people that I spend a lot of time with in the pits, and try and help them, try and show them stuff. And I had one guy last year that I fought, and hell, he's come around. I mean, he's patting me on the back, and and he's a totally different guy this year.
Well, that's definitely a nice gesture, helping those guys get up to speed, and just letting them in on some secrets, and hopefully the drivers see that. I mean, it's a whole lot more fun to race when you're racing against competition, and it seems like a lot of these guys are pretty good about at least sharing enough information to get a guy going in the right direction, and keep him making big circles instead of little ones.
Exactly. And the only thing it takes is just people wanting to help. I mean, I had, when I was growing up and started racing, I had, I was one of the lucky ones. I had a lot of help and everything. I had a good support behind me. And there is a lot of people out there that has no help. And that's all they need. It's just a little bit of help, a little bit of, encouragement. And, I mean, that encouragement or that mind power, I take you a long way in a race car. I mean, not in my opinion, 90% of it, it's all in the head.
Right. You mentioned that you raced. Tell us about your racing career and what led you to be a promoter.
Yeah. I mean, if you just change that one thought in your head and everything, and show them how to calm down and relax, I mean, it's a totally different deal. They'll realize, hell, man, this is easy. I was always stressed out before, and it's just the fact. I mean, it helps out a lot. I mean, if I help them more, the more I help them, the less wrecks and stuff we'll have, the less cars we'll have getting tore up. I mean, that's just all they need, and a lot of people just won't come up and volunteer to help them. So, I mean, that's pretty much, I feel that that's my duty also, is to help my guys and show them whatever I can, and just keep building this thing. I mean, for what I have to work with here, I mean, I'm 24/7 busting my butt on this thing. And I mean, just fighting with people, board members and stuff like that, and trying to get it and trying to make them realize that this brings in a lot more to the community, and I got the mayor patting me on the back, so that I think that's a good start. So
yeah,
definitely. Sold some hotel rooms in Liberal this weekend too, and Beaver, and who knows where all else too. So I know there's several coming. have you talked to quite a few drivers coming from quite a distance?
Yeah,
I saw an
talked to quite a bit.
early pre-registration list, and I didn't think to look before we went on here to see if that was updated. But where do you have guys coming in from that you talked to?
Oh, I got quite a few guys coming in from Iowa. Two of them's bringing some A-Mod guys with them. I got a guy called from North Dakota. He's bringing 4. And then I got guys down in Odessa. Got guys coming from Amarillo, Colorado. Dodge City, Kansas City. Lamar, Colorado. Just with all the phone calls I had, I really can't keep track of them or tell you an honest number. I know my phone goes dead about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So.
Well, that's a good thing, Glenn. We appreciate you putting on a show like this, and I'm looking forward to getting to meet you in person tomorrow and just check out some racing.
All right, I look forward to it, man.
All right, we'll turn you loose to get back after it. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Yep. Well,
that was.
Go ahead there, Matt.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I was just going to recap. That was Glenn Thompson, promoter, Beaver County Raceway in Beaver, Oklahoma. So, well, that's Kayla and I's plan for the weekend is to go check out the Stock Car and Sport Mod Nationals down there, and then end up in Colby, Kansas for third night of racing for the weekend.
Well, since that's kind of the big race for this weekend, I think that's probably the one we should probably try to make our picks on. And since I outdid you again this week, I'll let you go first again.
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot. And there again, this is going to be a tough one to know who's going to show and who's not. You know, even seeing pre-entry lists and guys saying they're coming. Until you see the whites of their eyes, you just never know who's going to pull in the gate. But since we had Justin Tiemeyer in front of the camera, and he might be a little rusty. He hadn't been behind the wheel all year long, but I'm going to go ahead and put my chips on him.
Yep. And which other Jack's guys are actually racing there? Perry is?
Perry is, and Rich's car is just finished bolted together tonight, and actually Perry's was just kind of finished from being wrecked too, so they don't have any laps on them since that. But
geez, since you took Justin, I'll go with Perry. He ran really good at Beatrice's race there, and I see good things coming out of him too, so I'll see if I can't get up against the owner of the car.
Well, there's one thing certain about it with Perry building both of those cars, and what I know about them, they're pretty much a twin to each other than the body. So we should be stacked up pretty decent here. So it'll come down to luck and driver ability.
Yeah.
So. What's your plans for the weekend?
I'll probably be at Salina for sure here on Friday night, tomorrow night, and I'm still not sure for the rest of the weekend. I do got to go to maybe Kansas City this weekend, but so might try to catch something up there, or if not, we'll come home and we'll get ready for all the video you're going to capture down there and go with that. So,
there you go. So. I know we got plenty of stuff here recorded, but the next weekend we've got coming up is just huge, and so just encourage the fans to get out and watch a race wherever the heck you're at. But Hayes has got their sprint car show on Friday, and then the regular classes on Saturday, and then Memorial 2-day special in Waukene. So look for that, and I think we're going to head to Iowa. So
a lot of stuff coming up. So we'll talk about some more of that next week. So this is going to do it for this edition of the Dirt Track Central. Make sure you join us live if you want to. We'll try to make sure that's working a little better next week on Thursday nights at 7:30. But if you miss the show, we always have it up later too for you to watch on our YouTube channel or on our website too. So I think that'll do it for this episode of Dirt Track Central. I'm Justin Hopp.
And I'm Matt Kovacic.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Thanks.